Alright, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. This is an unboxing today. We're going to be doing an install of the MP17, basically how to put it together with your SIG P320 parts. So let's go over what's needed first. So obviously you're going to need a SIG P320 fire control unit. You're also going to need your takedown lever, your recoil spring, barrel, as well as a P320 slide. They recommend using the full-size slide and not the compact or subcompact slide. So we'll set those over to the side. Some tools you may need, obviously a magnetic bowl, possibly a bench block, a nylon hammer, and maybe a punch just to get that takedown lever installed. So some of the first steps are going to be to eject the brace. So you have that button on the side here, and you're going to eject it like that. And on the back here, you're going to have an Allen key. Basically what you're going to do, you're going to remove these 4 screws and remove this bracket. So I'm going to attempt to do this install unedited, just for transparency, as well as just, show exactly every step on how to do it. And I say transparency because there's some instances where I'm doing the install on this and it doesn't go so smoothly. Like I said, with that takedown lever, that isn't the easiest thing to install. I think it's pretty neat that they have that little cavity in the rear there for this Allen key. It's pretty interesting that they created that. So the next step is going to be to remove the ejection button. So there's a little hole right here, and you're basically going to take your Allen key and you're going to back it out. And I'll show you on the side here how much I'm going to back it out. Basically you'll feel the buttons start to get loose, and that's when you kind of know that it's ready to come out. So you can kind of grab it with your finger at this point. You can kind of wiggle it around, it'll come loose eventually. There you go. So you're going to take that lever out, set that to the side. You can put that screw back in just for the next couple steps. So next, you're going to take your fire control unit, and that's going to install, just like you would on your P320, from the rear and then down. So one thing I'll note is the removal of these brackets is only required if you're using the manual safety model of the P320. I'm using an M17 fire control unit, so it was needed for this install because I have the manual safety. So just gonna kind of wiggle it in here. Once you do this a couple times, it just starts to get pretty easy. So there it is installed. So you can do one of two things right now. You can either install the takedown lever next, or go ahead and put your brackets back in. I'm gonna go ahead and put the brackets back in. So it's gonna install, you can see those little teeth, that's basically what your finger is going to be gripping onto. So those teeth should be facing upwards. And it's basically just going to fit right back into that little cavity right there. And it just kind of rests there, and then take your Allen key and put it back in. Let's see, getting a little bit of resistance there. There we go. And so you're gonna do that till it's flush. I always end it right there. Now we're gonna do the bracket on this side. So you're gonna have two sides on that bracket. You're gonna have this curved end and the straight end. So basically, if you look inside of here, that curved end is gonna go towards the front. It's gonna go just like that. And you take your screws. What I like to do is just kind of put my two fingers in the back of it here. Just kind of press up on it. I'm gonna screw those down. And I don't like to tighten them down just yet. Not until I get all four positioned. And then you're just gonna kind of do it like you would, you know, a lug nuts on your tires. Just in a star-ish pattern. Just to make sure that you're not pulling on one side more than the other. So this is, you know, this is pretty simple procedure. The first time you do it, one thing I'll say is that it's going to be difficult. It will be. All the tolerances are really tight, and they do that on purpose, just to ensure that you're going to have a tight fit, because you definitely don't want, you know, some of this stuff flopping around and moving around on you when you're trying to use it. So next, I'm going to install takedown lever. That just inserts right here into this hole. And what I do is I kind of just angle it downwards. It goes in pretty easily, and then kind of twist it and push right there. Next, you're gonna take your slide and your barrel, insert the barrel into the slide. Then your recoil spring into the barrel. And you're gonna take your slide and put it onto here, lock it using the slide lock, push your lever forward, and there you go. The only other steps that you may have to do is installing the mag release, mag catch. I opted not to remove my Delta Point Pro because it's already zeroed, so I wasn't gonna remove it to re-zero it. Some thoughts. You know, honestly, this is by far one of my most favorite firearms to shoot over my ARs, handguns, whatever. This thing is a blast. It's, you know, one thing I'll say is that a lot of people will either want to look at you or ask you if they can shoot it. You know, that's just how it is with this. It's interesting to see. They're pretty hard to find, hard to get. But if you guys have any questions about the installation, or you know, questions on the you know, functions or uses of the MP17, let me know down in the comments section. I want to thank you guys very much for watching.